What's going on, guys? JNC Radio here, bringing you our 2019 Survivor Series review and recap.
Yes, very. We have different opinions on this one. I thought it was a meh kind of show for me. Nothing really stood out to me. Only one match did, personally. But I know you said that you actually thought it was a good show.
Yeah, I liked it. Didn't think it was great, obviously, but I mean, I figured that. But one thing I could say about 2019 is for all the bad things. One of the things I thought that they got right is I thought when it came to the Big Four with Rumble, Mania, SummerSlams, this show, Survivor Series, I thought that they did pretty good. And I always think that that's one thing they always got to get right, and I think this year they did get it right.
Yeah, which I agree on that. Definitely not a strong show from my view. I would definitely, out of the Big Four, I would probably put this at the bottom.
Yeah, no, I'd agree there.
But without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Yeah, so we had a few kickoff matches in the kickoff show. We had a cross-branded tag team battle royal. We had the OC, the Revival, the Forgotten Sons, Rude and Ziggler, the Street Profits, Hawkins and Ryder, Breezango, Metalik and Duraga, Aikner and Barthel and Heavy Machinery. Not much to say about this. Pretty sloppily designed. Not really interesting at all. And of course, Rude and Ziggler would win. It didn't even have like an interesting outcome. This was just pretty. I don't really have anything too positive to say about it.
Yeah,
it's just a way of getting just throwing people on this, getting them involved.
Yeah, was this part of the count?
I think so. I think it was. I saw something on Twitter where I guess it did. So, yeah, I didn't really like pay too much attention, I guess, with that. But then we had a Cruiserweight Championship match, which is a triple threat, which saw the Lio Rush defend against Kalisto and Akira Tozawa. This was actually pretty good. It wasn't too lengthy, but, it didn't need to be. It was a kickoff show match, but just Lio Rush would have picked up the win there. And then we saw the cross-branded triple threat between all the tag champs, the Raw Tag Team Champs, the Viking Raiders, SmackDown Tag Champs, the New Day, Undisputed Era, NXT Tag Champs, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. Then the Viking Raiders would pick up a win there. This I actually thought was pretty good. I like this one a bit.
Yeah, but how amazing for like New Day and Undisputed Era. New Day, because Kofi Kingston, you go from WWE champion not that long ago
to tag team champion on the kickoff show.
Undisputed Era just got done wrestling their asses off on.
In the main event of NXT Takeover,
and they're just
and then they're in this. The Viking Raiders, pretty good tag team. So I knew this was going to be good, but yeah, it's just funny how to look at it in that way.
Yeah.
But the Viking Raiders would pick up the win here, which I had said on the last week's show that I thought that's what they would end up doing. Just because I didn't think the New Day needed it.
And they really don't.
And then the Undisputed Era, I didn't think they'd put them over in this one in particular.
No, they're strong. They're strong enough though.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they didn't. It wasn't vital for them to get it, but
yeah.
So on to the main card, we have first the first 5v5v5. We have Team SmackDown, Team Raw, and Team NXT. Team SmackDown: Sasha Banks, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Nikki Cross, and Lacey Evans versus Team Raw, which had Charlotte, Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan. And then we had Team NXT: Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai, Candice LeRae, Toni Storm, and Bianca Belair. So pretty strong team NXT.
Yeah, I would say NXT is the strongest. Raw for the women were probably the weakest.
All around. I mean, I guess you can make
SmackDown one.
Actually, you can kind of go back and forth on that one. I guess
the SmackDown women's one not much better.
Yeah, so you could go either way. I guess, but it's quite clear who the superior team is.
Yeah,
and as I guess the result would show. So first we just run down the eliminations here. We had Nikki Cross and would be first eliminated by Bianca Belair via pinfall. Then next via pinfall would be Bianca Belair would get another elimination. She eliminates Sarah Logan. So that's one gone from Team Raw. That's one gone from Team SmackDown. And then we had Carmella. She would be eliminated by Charlotte Flair via pinfall.
So another one gone from SmackDown.
Yeah. And then next would be a Raw. Sasha Banks would eliminate Kairi Sane. Went after the tag team champions, women's tag champs.
Right.
And then we'd have Dana Brooke. I'm surprised she was eliminated before those.
I noticed that they're trying to use her in more.
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'd be eliminated by Asuka. Charlotte would be eliminated by Lacey Evans.
Well, that's because tempers would flare on Team Raw between Asuka and Charlotte.
Yeah, she got the mist.
Yeah, Asuka gave Charlotte the mist.
Mm-hmm.
And Lacey Evans would capitalize.
Yeah, and then Asuka would be eliminated next, but she'd be counted out.
Lacey Evans would later be eliminated by Natalya.
Mm-hmm.
Toni Storm. It took NXT a while to finally
get another person eliminated.
Yeah, but Toni Storm was eliminated by Natalya and Sasha Banks because they combined their submission holds. Bianca Belair was then eliminated by Sasha.
And then Natalya would be eliminated by Sasha. And then Sasha's getting a lot of eliminations here.
Yeah, they're trying to make her. Strong, which
I guess that makes sense.
It makes sense. She's the captain, and
yeah.
And then Sasha Banks would get eliminated by Rhea Ripley. Me personally, did not like the ending to this match because early in the match, somehow Io Shirai and Candice LeRae were taken out of the match, but then they would come back and all they would do was distract the referee, which of course gives them the clear advantage. Io Shirai would actually get involved, and then Rhea Ripley would hit Riptide for the victory.
Yeah, so Team NXT would win, and the sole survivors would be Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, and Io Shirai. So they had 3 sole survivors, which is
technically yes,
which is interesting. But yeah, so you gave this 2.5. I'm just gonna go now and say probably like 2 3/4. It wasn't bad. It was okay, but
yeah, it was just the ending for me. I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, I guess, it was fine. I mean, I didn't mind it, but
I get that you're trying to help your team win, but Candice LeRae out of character, just distracting the referee.
Yeah,
I mean, I can see Io Shirai because Io Shirai is
but
very. It was just very out of character, very uncharacteristic kind of thing for me.
I mean, I guess with it being show versus show, I mean that could cause that to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was great, but I mean, it wasn't bad by any means.
Yeah.
And I mean, the stuff they did in there was fine for the most part.
Yeah.
So
it is what it is, though. At the end of the day,
it was decent. So next we had the triple threat match between the NXT North American Champion Roderick Strong, the United States Champion from Raw, AJ Styles, and the Intercontinental Champion from SmackDown, Shinsuke Nakamura. This I liked. I thought this was actually pretty good.
Yeah, they got the indie guys, really.
Yeah, outside of Nakamura.
Outside Nakamura, and you got that Intercontinental Championship though.
I know. I like that belt a lot. I've seen some AEW fans, I guess that's what you could label them as, who think it's like a bad-looking belt, and they just don't like it, and they think it's lame, but I don't really know how they could talk about that when they got that. They got that really bad women's title, but that's not here nor there. But I think it's a great belt.
Yeah.
Some people thought it might look better with a white strap, and I did see what it looked like with the white strap. It does look better, but they do have 2 belts already that already have white straps, so
yeah,
that's that. But
yeah, but Shinsuke to me actually looked pretty strong in this match.
Yeah, which that doesn't always happen these days. Not to the fault of his own, but.
No,
they just don't do it. They just don't let him do anything. That's the problem.
No, but recently, since this thing with Sami Zayn, he's actually improved, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, the way they use him, he's obviously great, but
yeah, in my opinion, I think he's been utilized better since this alliance with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, perhaps.
I mean, granted, he's able to hold on to the Intercontinental Championship this long.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You could go on and say you could have the argument there if you could say that it matters or not, because it seems like mid-card titles are kind of like devalued at this point.
Yeah, but for a guy like Shinsuke, who was definitely lost in the rough couldn't. You remember he was gone for like months,
That's true.
and now that
Yeah, I guess.
they utilized him. But again, he was strong. Roderick Strong was great. AJ Styles, what can you say?
Yeah, absolutely. So I thought this was a pretty good triple threat match. I remember I'd said in the previous week's show when I had Brian on. He said that we both thought that like on paper that could have like a match of the year like kind of written over it, but it didn't surprise me. It wasn't to that caliber. But once again, they gave him time and it was pretty good, and I did like it a lot. But once again they're running against like so many other things at a time, so it's like
to me they had the right guy win.
For sure.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Roderick Strong would pick up the win here, but that was the absolute correct booking decision.
Yeah. So far, correcting that wrong from the other night before. So far.
So we had we had the NXT Championship match, which saw Adam Cole defend against Pete Dunne.
By far,
Adam Cole, I don't know how he still was able to perform at that level.
Yeah.
Especially after the nasty bump that he took the night before, but. So I'm starting to think he might be like...
He might be the best wrestler on that roster.
I'm starting to think he is. Because, night in and night out.
According on the commentary, they actually did say that it was coming down close to if Adam Cole was actually going to be cleared or not.
Yeah, which I think that was like a way of kind of like,
trying to sell it.
Yeah, trying to sell it.
Trying to sell it. But either way, though, still eye raising. But this match to me was phenomenal.
Oh, he's by far the wrestler of the month because he's coming off a hell of a month. He had the match with Daniel Bryan on that SmackDown, which was incredible.
Yeah.
He had this match here tonight. He had the takeover from the night before, and had a huge. He just had a great month all the way around.
He should be wrestler of the year in my opinion.
And he even had the ladder match on Wednesday night. He's had a hell of a month. So
yeah,
props to him. And him and Pete Dunne, they would
tear the house down.
Yeah, this is by far also the match of the night. I don't see how anyone could dispute that. But they'd really work to that Panama Sunrise. They'd really like trying to work to like that spot where he hit it on the apron. I was like,
that's
ouch. Like the second dangerous one they've had him do back-to-back nights because the previous night he did the Kevin Owens. That was dangerous. He took the Panama Sunrise like on the steel.
Yeah, but he
did the Kevin Owens too. So
that and again you know what you're signed up for.
Yeah. So so they're gonna do whatever they can, but. Yeah, so this was another...
No, what about the reverse Pete Dunne's finisher?
Oh, yeah, that was another great counter. That has to be mentioned.
Yeah, that has to be mentioned. It was all, like... Even had those moments when you actually thought Pete Dunne was going to win, and then...
No, there were moments. I would have thought Adam Cole would have won going into it, but, they got to have some suspense in there, but...
Yeah.
Of course, Adam Cole would retain the NXT Championship match and the NXT Championship in this match. Sorry. And, I go ahead and give this one 4 stars. Match of the night.
I gave it 4.5. Definite match of the night.
Mm-hmm. The next, we had the Universal Championship match. We saw The Fiend Bray Wyatt in his first championship title defense against Daniel Bryan. And I did like this match, actually. I think because the first... few matches with the Fiends that they've done, always I'm
minus the Finn Balor one.
Yeah, that was fine just for the fact that it was supposed to go that way.
Yeah,
but he did have a little comeback in there. Some people could debate why they should or should not have done that, but it didn't ruin it, and that was still the way. That was still for the most part pretty much the way it should have gone. But yeah, the Hell in a Cell thing. Don't even want to get into that
debacle.
Yeah, don't even want to talk about that. But just it's what happened. And then you had the Crown Jewel match, which I was not really a fan of. They did some spots in there that weren't bad, but it's just like I don't know.
The man's like invincible.
Yeah, and you didn't see that so much in here, but when you have Daniel Bryan, it's like how you're gonna have like an actual match. So
I like how he portrayed the kicks.
Yeah.
I do like how Daniel Bryan, how it forced Daniel Bryan to go back to his old element to try to win